CI Kitchen is brought to you by Harvest Market.
Well, it is officially soup weather.
It is, and here with a soup recipe loaded with nutrients and warming spices. Those are Anita's words here. Guest chef Anita Dukeman is here. What makes spices warming spices?
They warm you up.
Really?
Like heat, like a little bit of like
a kick to it?
Yeah, a little kick and a little warm in the belly, and your whole body's warm, right?
Oh, well, and that's always perfect during the cold wintertime months. Yeah. We're talking soup today. Campbell's has to be like the king of soup, yeah?
The king of soup. It's been around since 1867.
Wow.
Yeah. Mr. Campbell started the business in New Jersey, and 30 years later, John Dorrance, who was a chemist from MIT, joined his uncle, who was working at the company, and he created the condensed soup. So do you know what that means?
No.
Well, think about chicken noodle.
I think of thick.
Yes, right. So when you make a can of, let's say, chicken noodle soup or tomato, you have to add water or some liquid to it. So that is what made Campbell's soup famous. And they had fantastic marketing. Fantastic marketing.
Oh,
so
well, what's their little brand? What's that? Good.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Good. And that's one of them. They owned Franco-American, which back in my day was the label for SpaghettiOs. I didn't even realize until I did the research on this that it now says Campbell's, because I haven't had SpaghettiOs in a while.
I haven't either.
Same.
Yeah, so it was OO SpaghettiO.
I do remember that tagline.
So they had things like that, and then when you look at the label, it's a red and white label. That was chosen because one of the executives went to a Cornell football game and liked the color of the football players' uniforms, because the original color was black and orange. So that is preferred, and it's been like that for a really long time. Campbell's was slightly based on Mr. Campbell's signature. It's kind of homey and a good feeling. The medallion in the middle was an award that they won in 1900 at some Paris expedition, where they won a special award for their soup. And they've changed the O in soup to be like the O in SpaghettiO.
Okay.
How about that?
Well, are we using any Campbell's soup in our recipe today?
Well, Campbell's owns a lot of different brands, many, many brands. So I brought the Pepperidge Farm Goldfish is one of them. Swanson's another. They recently, within the last few years, bought this Pacific Foods. And so, yes, we're going to use their broth.
Okay. I had no idea they own so many different things.
And that's just a tip of the iceberg. They own
goodness,
so many different things.
Okay, I also see a big giant leaf here.
We are.
What is this?
Okay, that's a collard leaf, collard green.
Okay.
And so that is going to be in our soup.
I didn't realize they were so large.
They are. Now, I like to buy them fresh. I would bring out the bag, but it's huge, the one that I purchased today from the store. But I like them fresh because when they chop them up for the bag, they leave this rib in it, and I don't like that. So I like to pull that rib off, chop it, and then we make our soup.
Okay. What's the soup called?
Greens and beans.
Greens and beans.
Not green beans, greens and
separate.
beans. Okay, so you've got the greens kind of started here.
I did.
What's already going?
I've got potatoes, carrots, onion, you know, our basics, a little bit of garlic, and I'm waiting to add these beans. So we can add those.
So what kind of beans?
They're just
kidney?
white kidney beans, or you could use Great Northern. You know, it's soup.
Yeah.
We're not that particular.
It seems very healthy. I mean, it's just really like literally greens and beans.
Especially as we age. I call it, like, you know, wrinkle-free and mood-boosting.
All the things.
Or greens and beans, whatever you want to call it. So these particular greens are super healthy for bone health. And it has vitamin K. It's a great, great source of calcium. The two together work to boost our bones, which, especially as we age, we need that.
Oh, for sure.
And then for young people, too, that need that calcium.
What's the heat, the spice that we're going to heat it up with?
This is what I'm using. It's a North African spice, Ras El Hanout, and don't quote me on that pronunciation. Or you could use curry. I like this. It's a little bit different. And it does have, you know, turmeric and the warming spices.
Kind of a blend of spices there. Okay.
Correct. So I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to add some salt.
It looks like a little more greens going in.
And, oh, I've got to add a little Tabasco.
Oh, a little kick to
and then,
it.
Grace, if you would grab that Pacific one, only because
This one?
if you happen to notice the sodium content, look at the sodium content on that. And it's like 800.
Yeah, 800.
And this one's 530.
Wow, way better.
So,
okay.
you know, when you go to buy chicken broth, if you don't make your own, you know, look at the sodium content. You can always add your own salt.
Oh, for sure. Okay, we're out of time. We're going to let you keep adding in all the ingredients, get it all melded together and stirred up, and we will have the reveal coming up. In the meantime, you can get a copy of Anita's recipe at her website, anitastabletalk.com, which we will link up at our website, and we thank Harvest Market for sponsoring our segment today.